I'm here with Eric on Awake.
Awake. Swedish
to meet you.
company from 2016. Pleasure to meet you.
From 2016?
Yeah.
Is this the original? Because there's a couple of these out there, right?
Yes, but we are actually the original. So the founder, Philip, he actually started in his garage in 2012. He built the first electric jetboard. And that's actually where the name of our jetboards comes from. The Revik is the town that it was built.
Oh.
He's a professional wake surfer, and he got tired of trying to find people to tow him. So he decided to do it himself.
Is that really how it started?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a brilliant story. Okay. Sick and it's like going for you want to go diving, but you have to go with a buddy.
Yep.
Wow. All right.
The best thing about it is you can, I mean, it's a cool sport that you can do by yourself.
Were these originally gas powered?
Yes, the gas-powered jetboards, they first came out in the 80s, I believe. They had these really big two-stroke engines on, or no, even larger than that. They had massive engines on the front. They look hilarious. I actually talked to somebody yesterday who has one from the 60s or 70s, and it's not working, obviously, but he wants to fix it out and maybe convert it, but I think it's just ridiculous.
Piece of history.
Yeah. And then, but they didn't really become mainstream until there's a company making two-stroke jetboards. I think they started around 10 years ago. But with that, there's so much maintenance, there's so many issues. If the board rolls over in the water, you have to bring it to shore and clear all the water out and clean out the engine compartment, and it takes a while. So having an electric board, there's virtually no maintenance. If you fall off, if it rolls over, nothing happens. Everything is watertight.
So this is one of these things that pops out of the water.
We have two types of boards. This is the hydrofoil. So this is going to take you out and over the water. It's going to be...
Is this the one we saw Zuckerberg on?
Yes.
It wasn't one of yours though?
It was not. And how somebody can make hydrofoiling look uncool, I have no idea, but this guy managed to do it.
It's a good job it wasn't on yours.
But everybody knows that picture. It's so
I know,
funny.
yeah.
It's like, oh, that's the one that Mark Zuckerberg was riding. Sure.
So one's hydrofoil.
And then we have the electric surfboard. So this is going to take you out. If it's choppy conditions, this will take you over the chop and you just kind of slide right through it. It's an incredible feeling.
Is it physically difficult, or is it?
There's a bit of a learning curve only because it's a different way of balancing. So first you start like you would on any board by laying down, give it some speed until the wing catches the water, it's going to start planing. Once it planes, you can stand up on it, and then you shift your weight back, it's going to come out of the water, and then you counterbalance with your lead leg to kind of bring the foil back down until you have it in a level position that you want to ride. So you can control the height. And then you're steering at the same time. So it takes a few sessions to really get the feel for it.
Because when you water ski, it's physically really
You have none of that.
So this is
it goes over all of it. So you don't feel any of it. It's just still, it's serene, it's quiet. It's a very cool experience. Now, we've been making the surfboard since 2016. We released this one less than 2 years ago. So we already knew what we were up against with the major players out there that have been around for a decade. So we had to make ours a little different. First thing, above all, we had performance, safety, and ease of use. So with safety, we didn't want any moving parts. No moving propeller. It's a fully enclosed jet drive train. It's the same technology we have on our surfboards. And we just dropped it down here. So it's an impeller inside of this enclosure. And that's where you're getting all your power from. And you get power right away.
It is a beautiful piece of engineering.
Thank you.
Swedish.
Sweden does, they know their stuff.
You make Volvos, right?
Yeah, Volvo, Saab, Koenigsegg. Well, no longer Saab, but they're Saab aircraft. Those are nice.
Huh.
But,
yeah, I guess Swedish engineering is good.
Yeah, I think they invented the airbag, the seatbelt, all kinds of stuff. And Koenigsegg, I mean, how do you...
So here in America, we don't think about you guys often, but we should.
There's a lot of Ikeas here, man. And everybody knows the meatballs.
Wow. Actually, yeah, all right.
And ironically, you have Swedish fish, which we don't have in Sweden.
Really?
Yeah. I've never seen Swedish fish in Sweden. It's an American thing.
It's like Cinco de Mayo. The Mexicans don't celebrate it, America does.
Go figure.
So this is the battery pack.
That's the battery pack.
And
so the battery fits right into the case here. It's on a charger now. Now this is a show battery, so there's no cells in it. And then it just fits into place here. Then you put on the power key, connect the remote, and you're riding in
Oh,
seconds.
so it's like a skateboard.
Yeah, a bit like that. I'll show you on the live one,
Okay.
because that one actually has an active battery, so you can see how it works. But the coolest thing about this, a lot of the other, well, pretty much all the other hydrofoils, it's going to take you like 20, 30 minutes to screw everything together, connect the cables. We didn't want to waste time doing that. We wanted to be riding. So this is all it takes to disassemble the board. This is all carbon fiber, so you can feel how light it is.
Good God. What? Wow, okay. and then this.
The wings come off. You have 3 screws in the front and 2 in the back. This is also pretty light. It's just in the, you can pick that up. So I carry this one on my shoulder and I take this under my arm and bring a battery in the second trip, and that's all you need.
So how do you get this in the water from the beach?
Well, what you do is it stands by itself. So first I'm going to get it set up. I put the wings on, then it's freestanding. I put this on, put it down, install the battery, connect it, and then what I do is I usually have it upside down while I'm walking out, because you want to start in water that's about this deep with the foil, because you need some space. And I carry it out to the water, put it upside down, walk out with it with the wing up.
Flip it
And
over.
once it's about to here, then I flip it over.
Can I interrupt the camera and everything? We just saw the board. We would like to finish the payment here. Angelica just saw the board.
Excellent.
Oh, is this what you do? You pop a bottle every time you sell one?
Are you interested?
It's too early for me, but yeah. No, I'm good. Okay, now we're at
Now
the
the
working
live one.
demo.
This has the real battery. This is your power key. You tether it to your impact vest or tie it around your leg. This is what turns the battery on. Now it's showing me my battery level. So there's usually 5 LEDs,
So if you
this
fall
is 4.
off-
If you fall off, it kills the battery. No unnecessary swimming. So now this is on. I'm going to connect the remote. And there you have it.
That sounds like a computer game. You know when you drive Grand Theft Auto or something and you put...
I never stole a jetboard in GTA. Is that a plug-in? Is that
You should be.
should be able to.
Run it again?
So this is the. So they have the motor here, and then you got the shaft, and then the impeller is all the way back here, totally
Oh,
enclosed.
so that's the back.
Yes.
Okay. And so this is what we're seeing on the underside. So this is the underside of this.
Yeah. This is a different board. This one has a V-shaped hold. This is made for cruising, for all-around riding. You can do some pretty aggressive carves, but this will give you extreme carving. You have very aggressive rails on the
Hang
side.
on. You're about to get into cool territory, aren't you?
Is there any other when it comes to jetboarding?
I'm British. We don't really
You don't do
that.
cool? What if you want some tea with it?
So
Is
come
that-
on, some carving then. Let's do some carving. What,
Do some
what are we
carving.
talking about?
So this one I generally go without bindings because it's a lot of fun. It feels like a surfboard. On this one, you're going to be using your heels and toes a lot more. So I almost always go with bindings.
Well, like boots.
Yeah, you see them over there. I'll show you them later. You slide them in, and then you're really secure. If you're jumping, if there's chop, if you're doing some carving with this and you don't have the bindings, it's going to throw you off. This is a beast.
What's the advantage of doing it the old-fashioned way? Being pulled by a boat.
Well, 1, you need a boat. 2, you need somebody
It's
to
a big
drive the
one.
boat.
Yep, that's another biggie.
3, boat's going to use a ton of gas. You need a lot more space to ride. I can take this in anywhere there's water and enough
So
room
this
to
is
ride.
basically, I mean, I know a wake boat creates a wake,
Yeah,
so that you're missing that, I guess.
there's plenty of wake boats out there. We steal their wake.
That's a,
Yeah.
wow, okay.
If you want to jump, you find the boats. There's boats everywhere.
And you're, wow, and I guess when somebody else is driving, they're dictating where you'll go. This is utter freedom.
If there's wake, nobody owns wake. We see wake, we jump it. We've got 3 people that have managed the backflip on this guy.
I just saw
Sadly,
the
I'm not
video.
one of them yet.
Oh, is it really a challenge?
I would imagine, being as only 3 people have done it. I don't know. We've also, our pro rider did the first backflip on a hydrofoil. That was just this year, or last year.
Blimey. All right, let's talk price. What are we talking model-wise?
We have 2 versions. The only
Okay.
difference in price is the battery size. So we have a standard battery that's going to give you 40 minutes, depending on rider weight and how throttle heavy you are. Then we have an extended range, which is going to give you up to an hour. The prices are $11,900 for the standard and $13,900 for the extended range. Usually worth it for the extra 20 minutes. Plus, as you get better, you're going to be going a lot faster and using that battery.
Yeah, and is that battery heavier or is it?
It's a little bit heavier. It's about 8 pounds heavier.
Okay. Okay, so I hate the phrase 11 and change, but it is 12,014. You say?
Oh, 11,009.
Yeah, so 12,000. Okay, 11 and change. So how do people
11 and
find
change.
you? Wakeboards.com.
Wakeboards.com.
And you've got dealers everywhere?
We just launched in the US last year. We've been around since 2016, mostly focused in Europe, and now we're starting to expand to new territories. So we're starting to open a dealer network in the US. We've got about 18 from last year in total, and getting more every month. So we'll be a lot more commonplace. See a lot more of these on the water.
No wonder you're so busy. It is one of the coolest things here.
Oh yeah.
It really is. Thank you, sir.
My pleasure.
See you around.